Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brad Lone Wolf, and today I'm going to be doing a video. It's going to be kind of a redux video. The last video I did on trousers, I watched it back and I wasn't really very happy with it. So this is kind of a redux, this is a redo of that video. It's also going to be a little bit more, I'm going to be advancing on it a little bit as well. As I mentioned in that video, I had planned on getting another couple of pairs of trousers, and I've actually done that. So I've got some more trousers, and I will be going through them again today. The CQR ones, the ones I got from Amazon, I'm not going to be doing them. As I said in that video, I wasn't very happy with them. They were okay, but I wasn't that happy with them. I still got them. So obviously I will be wearing them, but they didn't feel as comfortable as they should have done, as I said in that video. Anyway, I'll cut now to the trousers that I've got, and I will go through them. So see you in a second. Okay, so a pair of the trousers that I'm going to show you, you've already seen before, and that's the OG combat trousers. The CQR trousers that I ordered from Amazon, I've still got them. I'm still going to be wearing them, but they're not going to be, I didn't find them as comfortable in the end. So although I've still got them, I'm not going to be wearing them as regularly. Anyway, so I'll just quickly show you the OG trousers, as I am going to be reviewing them again. So these are the OG trousers, which you've already seen. Like I say, they were on the previous video. Not going to go into too much detail about them right now, apart from to say that they cost me £17. So that's the OG combat trousers. The other trousers that I have bought and that I'm going to be reviewing today are the Mountain Warehouse Trek 2 trousers. Again, these cost me £17, so the same price as the OG trousers. And I actually got these at a little bit of a discount because I had a 20% voucher come through the mail, but normally they retail at £17. Last but not by no means least, we have the Storm Nebraska trousers. These were a little bit cheaper. These were £16, and at the time of filming they are still £16, which is a bit of a bargain if you ask me. So yeah, get these through Millets, Blacks, other retailers as well. Just to let you know, I'm not being sponsored by anybody for this video. I have spent my own money, so I'm not being sponsored by Outdoor GB or Mountain Warehouse or Millets, Blacks, those companies. And usual caveat applies, don't have a lot of money to spend, so these are the cheaper end of the market. Right, without further ado, I will go through the commonality of each of these trousers and then the pros and cons of them. So we'll start off with the OG trousers, just because I started with them, so I might as well carry on with them. The commonality between the OG trousers and the other two pairs of trousers, starting at the waist, although these haven't got elasticated waists like the other ones, they do have a volume adjuster should you need to use it. I know it's a black background, but that's your volume adjuster should you need to use it. So it does have a way of reducing the trousers a little bit more if you need to. The other two, though, I'll move the OGs out the way just for a second. Both the Trek 2 and the Nebraska trousers, under the belt anyway, they have an elasticated waistband. Hopefully you can see that, but they have an elasticated waistband. Same on the Trek 2 there. Okay, so that's obviously, so it makes it a little bit more comfortable, makes them a little bit more comfortable, makes them a bit easier to wear. In terms of the pockets, I'm going to go back to the OGs again. So in terms of the pockets, as you can see, you've got standard pocket there where you'd expect a pocket to be. Got a pocket on the leg, pocket on the leg, and a pocket on the back side as well. In terms of pockets, and I will show you this on the other pair, the other trousers as well. In terms of pockets, when it comes to these pockets to fasten, I actually prefer zips over buttons or Velcro flaps. Again, it's just a personal preference, but I feel with zips, once you put them in and zip them up, you can't lose whatever's in there. It's just a personal preference though. If I show you these on the OG trousers, you'll see there's the flap, and you'll see how close to the top that the flap actually comes. So anything that goes in there theoretically will not fall out. Theoretically, like I say, you can see where it goes. But if you forget to do the button up, or you just don't bother to do the button up, you could potentially lose whatever's in that flap, whatever's in that pocket. So moving on, I'll show you the pockets on the Trek 2. So on the Trek 2, we have similar sort of layout. So standard pocket there, standard pocket with a zip on the back side, and I've just told you why I prefer zips over buttons or Velcros, and then a leg pocket as well with a zip. So same thing again. So that's obviously a common feature with all of these trousers. So yeah, move on. I'll show you that on the Nebraskas as well. Now the standard pocket just there, standard pocket, and then one on the back side with a zip just there, and then the leg pocket. This has Velcro flap, which, as I've just said, I prefer zips over Velcro flaps or button flaps. If I was to list them in order of preference, it would be zip, then button, then Velcro. With Velcro, anything you put on there, a little bit of pressure could potentially open up the Velcro. Again, it's just a personal thing. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's just a personal preference. Now, unlike the other two pairs of trousers, the Trek 2 and the OG Combat, you don't get a pocket on the other leg, which is obviously a little bit of a money saving feature, but also again it's a personal thing. Some people like having the extra pockets on their legs, some people don't. And again, I'm not going to say whether you should prefer it or not. That's entirely up to you. I personally find that I only use one leg pocket anyway, because I forget the other one's there. And 9 times out of 10, these pockets are designed, not necessarily the Nebraskas, but all the Trek 2s, but you'll find that with the OGs, you can actually fit an ordnance survey map in them. Or at least if you leave the flap open, you can fit an ordnance survey map in them. So that's the commonality between each of the trousers, is the way to reduce the volume and the pocket setup, with the exception of the Nebraskas. They have a pocket on each leg, and the Nebraska only has pocket on one leg. So the differences between the trousers. Now, one of these you already know, but I will go through it again. So starting again, the main difference between the OG trousers, which are these ones, and both the Trek 2 and the Pete Storm. The Trek 2 and the Nebraska, the Pete Storm Nebraskas, these are polycotton. The OGs are just cotton. They are 100% cotton trousers. Now, I've already been through the advantages and disadvantages of a pure cotton trouser before, but I will go through it again. The advantages of a pure cotton trouser is if you are around a fire and a spark happens to land on it, the cotton will actually burn and you can put it out fairly quickly. Disadvantages, or another advantage to cotton, is they tend to feel more comfortable straight away as opposed to polycotton. Disadvantages of cotton: when they get wet, they will sap heat and energy from your body trying to keep them dry. They do not dry quickly. So for that reason and that reason alone, although these trousers are good, I would only recommend them for summer use. For the very reason that I've just said, they get wet and cold and they will feel like they stay wet and cold, and they do not dry quickly. With that being said, moving on to the Trek 2 and the Nebraska trousers, and they're both here. Both of these are, I'll separate them out a bit more so you can see them on camera. Both the Trek 2 and the Nebraskas are polycotton. So the advantage of polycotton, they tend to be lighter. They tend to dry quicker as well. Disadvantage, they can, if they get caught because they're partly polyester, they tend to melt. Now again, it's not, or caught on fire, they tend to melt. It's not a huge deal if you catch it quickly, but it can lead to some, not, I wouldn't say severe burns if you're quick enough, but they can lead to burning, basically. So yeah, I would say that these do have the advantage that they are a lot quicker drying as well, much quicker drying. Maybe I'll do an experiment on that one day. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel. But yes, polycotton is a lot lighter. It's a lot quicker drying, and it's not as comfortable straight off the bat, but a lot of people get used to it fairly quickly. Right, advantages and disadvantages of each trouser, or pros and cons of each trouser, should I say. I've already been through the fact that the OG trousers are made of cotton, so take that as you will. The advantage, or the pros of the OG trousers, they're obviously same price as the other trousers, and they've got the advantage in that they've got a pro in that they've got a leg pocket on each side. They've got the volume reducers. They are comfortable straight away, and that's really all I can say about them in terms of pros. In terms of cons, again, made out of cotton, so it's both a pro and a con. I personally found that the cord at the bottom on the legs, at the bottom of the legs, I found the cord there irritating, so I actually pulled it out and threw it away. Again, that's just a personal preference thing though, and that's just a personal con. So yeah, with these, as I've already said, only wear these during the summer. So pros and cons of the Trek 2 trousers. The pros, I do like the elasticated waist on these. I do like the zipped pockets, and again, it's a personal preference thing, but it's a personal pro. So I'm going to be, so like I say, I'm going to mark them up as a pro. The cons on the Trek 2 trousers, they are a single stitch seam. Now, that basically means that when they stitch them together, when they stitch the panels together, they only run one seam up, one seam up each panel, which makes them technically a little bit weaker. However, it does reduce the costs, and it makes them slightly lighter as well. It's not a massive con, but it is something just to be aware of. So, and again, last but not least, the Peak to Storm Nebraskas. So, a pro of these, they are actually double stitched. I'm not sure if you can see that, but they are actually double stitched at each of the clothing panels. They are lightweight. They're very lightweight. Could they potentially be too lightweight? Again, that's a personal thing. I'm going to mark it down as both a pro and a con. The weight of these trousers. They are lightweight, which means obviously they're a lot lighter. They will dry a bit quicker. On the downside, however, means they're not as warm as the other two pairs of trousers that I've been talking about. So again, it's just something to be aware of and a personal preference. In terms of other cons, and this is a personal thing, but it is still a con for me, is Velcro flaps on the leg pocket. That's really all I can say in terms of pros and cons of each of the trousers. Now, again, it's a personal preference thing, and I'm not saying that these are the best trousers you can get out there, because obviously other people will have different opinions, and that's absolutely fine. I'm just saying that these are 3 options that you have on the market, and obviously I don't have the money to go through each pair of trousers on the market. Anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that gives you an idea of some of the options that you've got out there. I hope this is a better video than the last one. I really do. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.